Hello, I've got two Yamaha keyboards with me today. On my left I've got the DGX650, on my right I've got the P115. Take a look at the ePianos website for the latest deals and offers on digital pianos and keyboards. Thank you for all your messages and your requests for comparisons and demonstrations. This particular comparison has been one that we've received a lot of requests for, and I'm quite happy to do that for you now. So this particular comparison is quite an interesting one to do because these two keyboards are designed to do different things, or designed to offer you different things, I should say, because there are a lot of things that they do the same, which I'll start with, but a lot of people are quite surprised about how much extra you get with the DGX650, how much extra there is to do for usually less than £100 difference between the two. So first of all, speaking of price, they're in the same ballpark. There's usually less than £100 difference between the two. So you might well be looking between the two yourself, deciding which one is for you. Hopefully I can help you narrow it down to one or the other. So as of today, the P115 is the cheaper one, in the region of £460 to £500, and the DGX650 is a little bit more, just over £500, sometimes going up to about £560, £570. The reason I'm not being exact with the price, by the way, is because they do tend to go up and down a little bit, but if you go to the ePianos website today, you can see exactly how much it is to buy now. So starting off with what they've got in common, they both do the basic things right. So they've both got 88 keys, that's the same length as a piano. They both have weighted keys, so they feel like a piano to play, and it's using precisely the same key mechanism, the Yamaha GHS. This is graded hammer standard. So if you come up, the first time you've played one of these, you come and push the keys down, it feels just the same as a real piano. It's got that heavy touch. The only difference in the way that they feel to play is that the P115 has got a matte finish on the black keys at the top, which makes them slightly smoother to the touch. It's not a huge thing, I've got to say, but it's a difference, so there you are. They both come with very useful accessories, music rests that slot in the top, and sustain pedal they both come with as well. You can also plug headphones into them both, so when it comes to basic piano operations, they're both pretty much the same. If we take that to the finer details, P115 has probably got the edge when it's just coming to play piano. If you're just going to play piano, the polyphony number is higher on the P115 than it is on the DGX650. It's 192 as opposed to 128. So it's not a big difference, but if you're really going to be critical about it, if it's just playing piano, P115 has probably got the edge, but it's not a big enough difference, I don't think, when you compare it with all the other features that you get on the DGX650, which I'll come to shortly. The other thing that's important to mention is the design. As you can see, P115 is very narrow. It's very narrow and it's very lightweight. It's designed to be portable, hence the P before the 115. I can pick it up, sling it under my arm, take it off to gig with, put it in the back of the car, very portable. The DGX650, it's a lot deeper, it's more or less the same width, it's very close, but it's quite a lot heavier as well. In fact, it's almost twice the weight of the P115, being 22.5 kilograms as opposed to 11.8 kilograms. Worth also bearing in mind that the wooden legs you see at the bottom, which do come with it by the way, add an extra 7 kilograms, so it's quite hefty to pick up and move around. I say quite hefty, it's nothing compared to the traditional pianos of course, but compare it to P115, yes, it's heavier, but you can take it out and gig with it for sure. You'd need someone to help you move it around, I should think, but don't think it's something that has to be stuck in the home. But P115 is designed to be picked up, carried around, so it's made to be very lightweight. Okay, so a very quick play test for you, just on ordinary piano. Here's the DGX650. And the P115. So it's not a huge difference between them. I've got to say though, I think when you're sat at it playing, there's something about the open-faced speakers on the DGX which makes the sound very full and very rich. And I like it very much. The P115, because of its design to keep it very narrow, the speakers are just hidden away a little bit at the top, and it makes the sound, when you're sat playing it, not as full and rich. So that's just my own opinion with it. It's obviously designed, you know, to be thin and lightweight, so it's not got a great big sound. DGX can afford to be a bit bigger, have the speakers more prominent, so if you're sat playing it, the sound coming straight off of it I think is a little bit better. Okay, so coming to the things that make them very different indeed. P115, it's designed to be straightforward, and I'm speaking in simple terms here. It's designed to be straightforward, turn it on, play it just like a piano, give you a nice feel and a nice sound. Almost nothing else on there. Yes, you can record and you've got about 14 sounds, but it's designed to be basic, straightforward, and it does its job very well, give it its credit. But DGX650, in comparison, what you have is a whole world of music that's interactive to play with. What I mean by that is, first of all, you've got this screen on the front, and there's a section that will teach you to play. I can choose a song from the list of songs, and it shows me music on the screen, and it'll play a great big backing track that I can play along to, and sheet music comes up and I just follow it along. And it's a bit like karaoke singing, but you're playing piano rather than singing. You can just follow the music, and if you don't read music, if you are a beginner, there's even a diagram at the bottom where you can see which note you're supposed to play, and the piano waits for you to play the right note. It uses intelligent technology to wait for you to play the right note, and only when you get it right will it move on. So that's just the tutorial section. There's also nearly 200 backing rhythm accompaniments. Now, what does that mean in basic terms? It means there's almost 200 bands that you can choose to play along with you. So if I choose a rock and roll band, I can put it in there, get the drums going and the whole backing, and tell the band what to play. I act as the conductor of the band by playing a chord with my left hand, and the band will play along with me. I'll give you a quick example of that. So I choose the style of music I want, set it all up to go, and now I have to act as the conductor. I tell the band what to play and they follow my instructions. So that's one of nearly 200 styles of music. That was a sort of slow funk band, but there are different styles, whatever you're into: Latin, country music, what else is on the list here? Ballroom, traditional, swing and jazz, pop and rock, it's all in there. You can get whole bands and backings for you, and you just play along over the top. Now on P115, there is a little section in here that will give you a sort of an accompaniment, but it's very basic. It'll just either give you a drum pattern for you to play over the top of, or it'll give you just the piano playing for you in the left hand. It's very basic, really nothing in comparison to what the DGX can give you, which has got loads of options. Now the other section where the DGX trumps the P115 here is recording. Now on P115, yes, you can record, but you can only record 2 tracks. That's to say, you can record 2 bits on top of each other. So I could play a left hand part perhaps, then record the right hand part separately, play the 2 back together. Now DGX650 has got a 6-track recording studio. This is like a mini recording studio built into it, which is a wonderful tool. There's 5 songs that you can record, so that's 5 songs where you can do 6 layers on top. The technology is fantastic, particularly if you're going to use it to create music, if you're a songwriter, a composer, or if you're doing music for school or college, university, you can record at the touch of a button on here, save the song on there, all 5 layers of it, or 6 layers, onto a USB stick and take it off, not just as MIDI format but also as WAV format, which means you can immediately put it onto a computer and it sounds just like you've recorded it on the piano. Now, having lots of recording options is one thing, but you've got to have, like a painter, you've got to have lots of colours in your palette, you've got to have lots of different options. Now this is where there's a huge difference again between the two. It's not really a disadvantage, remember, for P115, it's just the way it's designed. It's meant to be very, very simple and straightforward. So I can't criticise it, it's just designed for a different purpose, that's all. P115 has got 14 voices, okay? You've got piano, there's strings in there, there's some electric pianos, all the basics I would say. But DGX650 you've got altogether 543. You've got everything I've just mentioned the P115's got, but you've got extra drums in there, you've got synthesizers, you've got trumpets, violins, strings, all your orchestral instruments in there too. There's loads to choose from. You combine that with the recording section that you've got in there as well, and it's quite a tool for composing music. So a few more important things to mention that are different between the two keyboards. First thing you've probably noticed, the legs that this DGX650 is on are nice wooden sturdy legs. They come with it, okay, and they just screw into the top and it keeps it nice and sturdy. You can take it off at the top, some people do, just unscrew it and the whole top section comes off. You can put that on a double braced keyboard stand if you want to take it out performing, for example. That is what the P115 is on here. P115, remember, doesn't come with any stands whatsoever. It does come with a sustain pedal though, so most people tend to use it on a braced stand like I've got it here, which is handy because it folds up flat. Of course, keeping in the portable theme, that goes in the back of your car quite easily. If you wanted to, though, there is an extension that you can get for the P115, which gives you wooden legs and all 3 pedals that you get on an ordinary grand piano. It's the same for the DGX. You can get the 3 pedals down there if you like. So P115, still keeping in the portable theme, only comes with the 1 sustain pedal, as does DGX, but you can get all 3 pedals if you want to. The other important thing is the colour. These both are the white versions, there are black versions of them both as well. So in summary, comparing the two together, you have to remember they're designed to do different things. The P115 is designed to be nice and lightweight, it's designed to be nice and small, to be portable, to give you a nice piano sound. That's about it. There are other things you can do, but in basic terms, that's simple, straightforward. P115, DGX650 here is a different experience. You couldn't just call it a piano. There's so much more on there. You've got the section that will teach you how to play, showing you music on the screen. You've got a MIDI recording studio built in, and you've got the section with hundreds of bands and orchestras that will play along with you, so you get the experience of playing in a live band. So the two in comparison, you can see there is a big difference between the two. Price wise, there's just under £100 difference. DGX is a little bit more, but I find most people are quite surprised that you get so much more for not a great deal more money. So what piano should I buy? Well, it really depends on how you want to use your piano. If you want to go out and play gigs and you want to take it in the back of your car or move it around the house, P115 gives you very good piano sound, very basic, very lightweight, easy to move around. If you are of a creative bent and you write music, or you want to write music, or you're going to do college, university, etc., and you need to compose music and transfer it digitally, this is so much more. It's a whole musical centre. You can even input music to it as well. It certainly allows you to be much more creative, and if you're learning to play, it's so much more engaging than just a straightforward piano like P115. So if you have any questions on the two, or if there's anything you'd like me to cover in further detail, feel free to leave a message or a comment in the comment section below, or you can send us an email. But for now, thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.